Alrighty guys, today I wanted to go over this new item I've purchased. It's a new product. Well, it's not a new product, but it's a new product to me. I've already opened this, unpackaged it, and I've actually already taken it on one trip. I didn't get an opportunity to use it or set this up or anything like that. So I wanted to kind of show you guys what it is, what it's about, and we're going to set it up here and take a good look at it. So what we have here is the OneTigiris Tentsformer. So what this is a rain poncho / shelter. So let's take a look at the contents of this package and we will go over some specs. Alright, so I got the specs pulled up on the Tentsformer. 75D ripstop nylon with a waterproof PU coating, and it also has YKK zippers, and it has a 1500 millimeter waterproof rating. So the dimensions of the shelter are 8.5 feet by 2.7 feet by 4 feet, and the pack size is 10.6 inches by 4.7 inches by 4.7 inches, and it weighs 640 grams or 22.5 ounces. So when we open this thing up, we've got a nice little storage sack with a little handle on the back here. I had no problem getting this in and out of the storage sack. So storage sack, the poncho itself, and we will put this on even though it's 90 degrees outside. I'll show you guys. And you get a little bag with tent stakes in it and guy lines, I think is what you would call these. They look adjustable. So yeah, you get these reflective adjustable lines here for setting this thing up. And they have these little toggle type things on them for adjusting the length of each one. So you get you get 3 of those, it looks like. So 3 of the reflective adjustable guy lines, that's what I'm going to call them. And you get 6 tent stakes, and they're the typical OneTigiris tent stakes. So let's throw on this poncho and we'll show you the features of this thing. So this thing's very large, and it has a zipper that runs the whole length of the front of it. It's got a hood, and it's got Velcro shoulders. And this thing is massive. So this thing is absolutely massive. You get absolute full body coverage. This goes all the way down to the ground basically. So if you're really tall or you're wanting leg protection from the water and the elements, you've got a nice big hood. For some reason there's Velcro on the arms on each side, and I'm not sure what the purpose of that is, if that's just for patches or whatever. And this is big enough that you can wear your backpack over this, so it also will double as a rain guard for your backpack. So it's a shelter, poncho, potentially also keeping your backpack dry. So I'll show you that really quick. So this backpack is empty, but you'll get the idea. So as you can see, if you're out hiking and it starts raining out, or let's say the shrubs and bushes are completely soaked and you having to trudge through all that stuff, you throw this poncho on and you've got coverage pretty much down to your shoes, with or without a backpack on. And you've got this kind of crazy humpback appearance when you're wearing it, but I'm fine with that. Very practical. So you've got Velcro patches on the outside. You have Velcro patches along the zipper, so there's little Velcro tabs all the way down. And as you can see, this thing is completely covering the backpack. And I have coverage all the way down to my shoes, essentially. So here you go. We'll adjust the camera out. So we've got the backpack on, we've got the rain poncho on, and we've got some really good coverage here. And in addition to this being a rain poncho, like I said, it can be a shelter. We've got some elastic, we've got loops on the edges of this poncho with some sort of shock cord looped on there. And those are, I'm pretty sure, for setting this up as a shelter. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this up as a shelter and take a look at it. And the point at which you need to find like a long stick to set this shelter up, kind of like a teepee style, and you put the stick in the hood here. So we'll take this off because it's 90 degrees outside, and let's set it up as a shelter and show you what it looks like. Alrighty guys, I'm not sure if this pole is too tall or whatnot, but I think I'll be able to show you the whole gist of this thing. So inside the hood here, there's what looks like kind of a reinforced area that you would put your stick or pole in. And I haven't set this up before, so might be a little bit of a learning curve. But generally, you want to stake this front side out. This pole has a spike in it, so I'm able to stick it into the ground, which is going to help me out. Then we'll come out here, and my line here has a Persic knot on it I can adjust. So we've got the front staked out here, and then we're just going to go ahead and stake out these points. We'll stake all these out. I would definitely recommend setting this up before taking it out on the field, just to kind of get a hang of how this thing operates. It is a little funky, but as you can see, this is my first time setting it up, and you get the idea. You would probably want a shorter pole and eliminate the gap on the ground here that I've got, because I've got quite a large gap from the floor to the bottom of the tent there. And then you want to guy out the arms, which would be the arms on the poncho. So you want to guy those out, and it gives you kind of a vent. And I think the idea is to block water when it rains out, because those are holes. And you know, if you're carrying this as a rain gear, rain protection, to throw on you and your backpack while you're hiking and keep you dry, you can also deploy it as a shelter to sleep in and stay dry. Essentially, you could have a fire out here, as long as you know you're careful and you don't burn the material. and you could essentially sleep in here. I don't know if I have this set up correct. It definitely could be set up better, that's for sure. I could probably have this pole in a better spot and probably have things adjusted a little bit better than I do. But as you can see, I have enough room to lay down. I have enough room to lay down in here and go to sleep. If my pole was just a little bit farther forward, it's going to be a pain to adjust it right now, but if I had the pole forward about a foot or two, I would have a lot more room in here. And we have a little shelter to stay dry in. I bought this because I don't have any rain gear, and I really like these multifunctional pieces of kit. So I figured this would give me my backpack protection from rain. It'd give me protection from rain on a day hike, and if for some reason I needed a shelter, it would give me that as well. This particular item in combination with the Swagman Pancho would even be more significant, because the Swagman Pancho now doubles as a coat, as a poncho to keep you warm, but as a sleeping bag. So if you got cold and it was raining out, you could layer these two on top of each other and you would stay warm and dry. And if you had to spend the night somewhere, you could deploy this and then use the Swagman as a sleeping bag and have a fire and potentially stay dry and warm for the night. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this all back away, and I'm going to leave these pieces of bank line inside of the pouch with the kit, and that way there I have everything I need to deploy this thing if I need to. But real quick, I want to try this out with the Swagman Poncho and just see how they work together. Even though it is like almost 100 degrees outside, I feel like that would be very useful information for this video if somebody wanted to combine the two. Alright, I'm going to regret putting this on, but I really want to know. If you guys don't know what the Swagman Poncho is, I do not have a video on it, but I'm sure you can find information online. So there you have it. That's the Swagman with the Tentsformer on. There's plenty of room. There's plenty of room for this big poncho to cover up the Tentsformer and keep it dry. Or even if you're just cold around campsite, this is another layer of warmth. So yeah, that works out pretty well. I figured it would, but you know, you just have to put it on and make sure. Alrighty guys, so that's the overview of the OneTigiris Tentsformer. I'm going to be carrying this a lot, really putting some miles on this thing. We're going to use it in day trips, and this will be used as a shelter in the future. And in conjunction with the Swagman Poncho, you have a really versatile kit. You could leave these in your vehicle for an emergency, put these in a bug out bag, or just use them as your regular camping items, as your regular shelter. But I thought I'd give a quick overview on this thing, the OneTigiris Tentsformer, and that's it guys, so we'll see you on the next one.